I'm gonna take the same kind of money that you would get and get it to the homie. And go shoot you, yeah? Come on, all of a sudden everybody don't remember nothing. Yeah, look, let me ask you a question. How much you think it would cost to kill somebody?
50 Cent's beef with Big Meech just took another wild turn. And guess who jumped in to stir the pot? None other than 50's longtime nemesis, Benzino. Now, Benzino is out here claiming that the real reason 50 has issues with Meech isn't what he's been saying, it's straight up jealousy. According to Benzino, 50 has been obsessed with Meech's legacy for years, trying to copy his every move. But now that Meech is still getting major respect, despite 50 labeling him a snitch, Benzino says 50 is losing it. And Benzino's words had fans taking a step back, wondering if he's actually onto something.
Stop! No. I'll tell them no. I'll tell them not. I'll tell them no, okay? Just stop. Stop, please. Stop. Stop. No. Just you're not there. Okay. Just stop. Give me the knife.
Call him, please.
No, I'm not. Give me the knife. No. No, okay. Stop, okay. Come on. No. Give me the knife. I will tell them to know to come. I'll call them back.
A lot of people are now questioning 50's real motives, and let's just say the internet is eating this drama up. Of course, this isn't just about Meech. Benzino and 50 have a nasty history. Some folks are convinced Benzino is just bitter because 50 and Eminem completely wrecked his career and he never bounced back. So, is Benzino just clout chasing, or does he actually have a point?
Video clip posted to his page, Royce's current rival and former co-publisher of the Source magazine, Benzino, was adamant that he deserves an apology from Nickel 9 while simultaneously challenging him and Eminem to a boxing match.
Me and Eminem got in the room and M just heard why I did what I did and just would understand, then maybe he would, that's all. I mean, that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny because I would love to step in the ring with Royce or Eminem. And then we could do it like men. I mean, we got gloves on. And after we could shake hands and all this would be over with. Because there's a lot of built-up animosity.
And how did 50 clap back at Benzino for putting him on blast? Let's get into it. Looks like Benzino couldn't resist jumping into the chaos. He just inserted himself into 50 Cent's beef with Big Meech, and he's not holding back. According to Benzino, 50 used to be Meech's biggest fan until he realized he could never measure up. Now, he's salty and doing everything he can to tear Meech down, but that's not even the craziest part. Benzino also called 50 out for being a straight-up hypocrite. He reminded everyone that 50 had no problem cashing in on Meech's legacy with the BMF series when it benefited him. And let's not forget, there were already whispers about Meech working with federal informant Tammy Cowens back then. But now that Meech is cool with Rick Ross, suddenly, 50's acting like he's got a moral issue with snitching? Benzino is making it real clear. 50's beef might not be about loyalty at all, but pure jealousy. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, Benzino dropped a bombshell. In that same interview, he claimed he never actually had beef with 50, but let's be real, 50 would definitely disagree with that. Their feud runs deep, and it all traces back to the early 2000s, when Benzino came for Eminem. And everybody knows, if you come for M, you're automatically on 50's hit list. This all started back in 2002 when the Eminem show dropped. The Source magazine, where Benzino had major influence, gave it 4 out of 5 mics, and M was not happy. He felt like Benzino was purposely holding back a perfect score because of his race. And from that moment, it was war. Benzino fired back with 2 diss tracks, but one in particular, Pull Your Skirt Up, took things to a whole new level. In it, Benzino called M a fraud, accused him of being a culture vulture, and even clowned him as the 2003 Vanilla Ice. And he didn't stop there. He later told MTV that his issue with M wasn't just personal. He had a problem with the machine and the double standards in hip-hop. Benzino didn't hold back when talking about Eminem and the industry's treatment of him. He claimed certain media outlets worship M like he's the savior of hip-hop while ignoring the real pioneers who built the culture. Eminem is just the hood ornament for the machine, Benzino said. He questioned why M could get away with his antics while black artists would be crucified for the same behavior. You think I could grab my crotch and put my middle finger in people's faces the way he does? No way. But because he looks how America wants him to look, it's all good. And in Pull Your Skirt Up, Benzino didn't just go after M's credibility, he called him soft, claiming M had to run to his manager to handle the beef for him. But Slim Shady wasn't about to let that slide. He came back swinging with 4 ruthless diss tracks back to back, all aimed at destroying Benzino.
Situation that you was getting hands and feet put on, stabbed up. You had no money to get to the hospital. If I helped you out, wouldn't I be cool with you after that?
That's when Benzino took things way too far. He dropped another diss track, Die Another Day, and did the unthinkable. He dragged Eminem's daughter, Haley, into the feud. And he didn't just mention her, he made a chilling reference, saying she'd end up like JonBenet Ramsey, the 6-year-old beauty queen whose tragic fate shook the nation. At that point, the beef turned from rap drama to straight up disturbing. Benzino didn't just diss Eminem, he crossed a serious line. In Die Another Day, he rapped, "Tell Haley it ain't safe no more. Daddy better watch your back at the candy store. We messed up. Resort to plan B. Play around, she end up like JonBenet Ramsey." That was beyond rap beef, it was straight up disturbing. But when people called him out, Benzino tried to flip the script. He claimed he was just giving M a taste of his own medicine, saying M dissed his son first on Nail in the Coffin and the Sauce. So in his mind, bringing up Haley was fair game. Then, in an interview with MTV, Benzino tried to downplay everything. He acted like it wasn't even a real beef, saying he was just standing up for hip-hop and calling out the industry's favoritism toward Eminem. "I just call it a debate with my opinion on issues."
You don't look bad, I do. You can never look bad. Because see, in this world, you ain't doing nothing wrong. It would be wrong if I did. Can't you get that through your head? You're not looking bad, Shauna. You're looking like a good chick. Hey, it's just a chick and she tried. I'm looking wrong because what the you doing trying with a trans? Don't always, like a trans thing is always going to come up in certain ways, but it doesn't take away who you are and the qualities that you have. That's all I'm saying. So it is what it is.
I'm gonna try not to be selfish. Okay, since you're saying I'm being selfish.
Yeah, because you're not thinking about me and what I could be going through. That's not fair. Because people are cruel and my world would be finished.
Benzino went on to say that hip-hop came from the streets but had become corporate, giving life to many people while also creating double standards. It wasn't really about M, it was about the machine, the way media outlets prop him up while ignoring what other artists are doing. But let's be real, at that point, the damage was already done. Benzino didn't stop there. He went even deeper, calling out the industry's double standards. He claimed Eminem gets away with making music that black artists would never be allowed to put out. Eminem gets to talk about his issues, his pain, killing his mother, beating his girl, drugs. But we gotta rock the party just to get spins on the radio. We have to entertain more than expose our real struggles. According to Benzino, when black and Latino artists try to express their pain, the industry shuts them out. The machine doesn't want our pain to be out there. But this wasn't just a quick war of words. Between 2002 and 2004, Eminem and Benzino were locked in an all-out battle, trading shot after shot with diss tracks. And somehow, their feud even got tangled up in the legendary 50 Cent vs. Ja Rule beef, making the drama even messier. Eventually though, things cooled off, at least for Eminem. In 2005, he made it official with Like Toy Soldiers, a track where he basically waved the white flag, saying he was done with petty rap beefs and wanted to focus on unity instead of endless feuds. But Benzino, he wasn't ready to let it go. Fast forward to 2018, and out of nowhere, he decided to revive the beef, calling M's album Revival trash, and even coming for M's fan base. After all those years, Benzino still had a bone to pick. Benzino wasn't letting up. He took to Twitter to fire shots at Eminem's fan base, saying, "Can somebody tell these weirdo M fans that in this culture of hip-hop, they are the subculture, meaning nobody gives a flying F about anything they have to say when it comes to him right now. The album is trash, so take the L and move on."
50 was a Meech fan. Let's make it clear. 50 couldn't, everybody wanted to be a Big Meech. But you could best be clear, 50 wanted to be a Big Meech. He just wasn't able to do it. He didn't accomplish.
By that point, Eminem had been ignoring Benzino for over a decade, but that didn't stop Benzino from desperately trying to keep their beef alive. Then in February 2021, Benzino took things to a whole new level. He sat down with Queensflip and actually challenged Eminem to a boxing match. Yeah, he really wanted to throw hands with Slim Shady. At the same time, Benzino kept pushing the narrative that his biggest issue with Eminem wasn't personal, it was about accountability. He claimed nobody ever calls M out for his problematic lyrics. Even when Mike Tyson interviewed Eminem, Mike never brought it up. Benzino made it clear he wasn't letting this go anytime soon. Benzino kept pressing the issue, claiming Eminem gets a pass for things that would have ruined any other rapper. Nobody ever brings it up. Nobody talks about what he did. But the second we do something, bloggers and podcasters can't wait to put our business on blast. He's the most protected artist I've ever seen. Then, Benzino brought up Foolish Pride, a track Eminem recorded back in 1993. In 2003, The Source, which Benzino had major control over, leaked the song, exposing M for making disrespectful comments about black women. But instead of taking full accountability, Eminem fired back, saying Benzino had a personal vendetta against him.
Scared. Nobody's scared of 50, first of all. What's disturbing to me is looking at the public and how the public takes what he does. And I heard a radio station guy on sports radio today, and he was like, "Man, that 50 boy, I pity the person who goes against him, and I pity." And I'm saying to myself, that's not the message.
M addressed the controversy head on, admitting that the track was written when he was just an angry, immature 15-year-old. The tape was something I made out of anger, stupidity, and frustration after breaking up with my girlfriend, who was African American. I was a dumb kid reacting in the worst way possible. I hope people take it for the foolishness that it was, not what someone is trying to twist it into today. But Benzino, he was still holding on to it decades later. Fast forward to 2022, and he was still poking the bear. The drama reignited when rapper Money Man tweeted that he never listened to Eminem, and Benzino wasted no time jumping in, replying, "Nobody in my hood did." Even after all these years, Benzino wasn't letting up. Original word count, 206. That's when things really escalated. A social media user called Benzino out, daring him to stop sneak dissing and confront Eminem directly. "Say it to Eminem's face. I bet you won't. You're a poor excuse for a father and a human being." Benzino wasn't about to let that slide. He fired back in a since deleted post, actually tagging Eminem and writing, "I'll say it to his face, but he's a scared coward P, just like his fan base." But he didn't stop there. Benzino went on a full-blown rant, clowning Eminem's fans and even sharing his own address, daring them to show up. "To all you stans, we all know y'all are the corniest, most non-violent coward fanbase hip-hop has ever seen," he wrote. Then he doubled down, dropping his restaurant's location in Atlanta, 5071 Peachtree Industrial Boulevard, Chamblee, Georgia, and taunting, "Stop tweeting and pull up on me, you P." And just when it seemed like he was done, he threw in another wild post. "I've been left this alone, but since these coward-ass stans still want to talk, then it's still Eminem. And if you got a problem with me, do something about it. Nothing you ever said has affected me. I know how to fight, and I got big."
Okay, first and foremost, I just want to let everybody know that I'm okay, all right? Second of all, I want to let everybody know that that was a rehearsal for a Tubi movie, all right? My girl was helping me out. We was doing a script reading, and that was a rehearsal for a Tubi movie. That was a scene from a movie, okay? I would never, ever put my hands on any woman. I've never done that in my life. That's for cowards. And I surely wouldn't do anything to hurt myself. So shout out to all the people that was concerned, but I'm okay. All right. Oh yeah, and I also want to let Curtis know, good looking. Thanks, Curtis, for promoting me. Keep on posting me. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? Hey, post this. You want to post something? I'm in that gym heavy, benching 315. What you doing, Curtis? Anyways, happy holidays to all and stay safe.
Benzino was ready for WAR, but the question is, was anyone really taking the bait? So pull up now. Benzino kept talking tough, but by this point, Eminem had completely tuned him out. It was like he was arguing with a brick wall. But while M was over it, 50 Cent saw an opportunity, and you already know 50 doesn't let a trolling opportunity go to waste. In September 2022, 50 jumped into the drama, taking shots at both Benzino and Young Buck, accusing them of having a thing for trans women. And that's when things got really messy. Suddenly, videos surfaced of trans model and actress Shauna Brooks, featuring her on the phone with Benzino. Then Shauna took it up a notch. She dropped a full-on diss track aimed directly at Benzino. And of course, 50 had to jump in and clown him. He posted, "Was she better than Benzino?" Shauna's track sounding fire. You know he want this Benzino quickly denied any involvement with Shauna Brooks, but he wasn't about to let 50's trolling slide. He clapped back, calling 50 out for being shady, especially since Benzino claimed he once had 50's back. He even reminded everyone that he helped 50 early in his career, particularly during the Hit Factory stabbing incident back in 2000. But let's be real, once 50 sets his sights on you, there's no escaping the trolling. Once you're on 50 Cent's bad side, it's over. There's no coming back from that. And Benzino, he learned that the hard way. 50 didn't just troll him, he went all in. By December of last year, he took things to a whole new level, posting a video of Benzino in what looked like a disturbing meltdown, seemingly threatening to take his own life. But 50 didn't stop there. In the caption, he claimed the breakdown happened after Benzino's girlfriend Ashley Bell called the cops on him, allegedly for putting hands on her. Benzino, of course, tried to shut down the rumors, saying the video was nothing more than a movie rehearsal and had nothing to do with his personal life. But let's be real, nobody was buying that. Fans were convinced he was pulling the classic "I'm gonna off myself" card after his girl tried to leave him. At this point, the drama was beyond messy, and 50 wasn't letting up anytime soon. Nobody was buying Benzino's excuse. Fans were convinced he pulled the classic "I'm gonna off myself" move after his girlfriend tried to report him to the police. And even though Benzino kept claiming he was above 50's trolling, his actions told a different story. Just a few months ago, he completely snapped on 50 for clowning Jay-Z over his connections to Diddy. Benzino jumped in to defend Jay, claiming 50 was just bitter and jealous, but let's be real, was this really about Jay-Z? Or was Benzino just looking for another reason to go at 50? At this point, it's clear. Benzino is no stranger to stirring the pot and then flipping the script when things blow up. He's built a reputation for trolling, creating drama, and then playing the victim when the heat turns up. And that is why fans are calling him out. They say he has no room to talk about 50 being petty or immature when his own track record is nothing but messy antics. But now, the real question is, what's your take on Benzino's comments about 50 and Big Meech? So what do you think? Does Benzino have a point about 50 being jealous of Meech, or is he just deflecting from his own mess? Again, drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you never miss the next round of drama. Hit that notification bell, and I'll catch you in the next video.